Come on in. Come on in. We're going to do a live Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 5, Episode 12. The trip at Destiny. Come on in, E. Johnson. Thank you. Come on in. Let's talk. Good evening, honey. Honey, yeah, take your shoes off and get your wine and cheese or whatever you're going to get, honey. I got everything here that I need. I got my popcorn and my drink and my cheese, and I'm ready. I'm ready to go down in it. Yeah, let's, how you doing? So, yeah, honey, I'm just gonna do the preview first. The review, I'm gonna go back. You know how we started, with, when we saw a van, when we saw Melody walking up on Van and told Van that, Martell was, and Marlene was coming to Destin, and Marlene looked like she was. I mean, Van looked like she was caught in a deer caught in the headlight. Well, we found out that was not. She wasn't doing that because, she had nothing bad to say or anything. It took her by surprise, but she had nothing bad to say. She just told Melody. She say, "Well, I'm happy that I get a chance to talk to Marlene. It's been a while since I saw Marlene, and since y'all had y'all thing together, and so two grandmothers." She say it'll be nice. So I was happy about that. And then Melody was talking to the children and explaining to them really in detail, like, y'all get it, you know, you, me and your dad, we are not doing nothing but um you, me and your dad. Hey, come on, live out your dream. E. Johnson, if you want to join us, you're welcome to join us, dear. How
Hey,
you
Miss
doing?
Joanne.
Live out your dream.
Good.
Hey,
I'm good.
baby.
I'm good. How y'all doing?
All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna go over like the review, and then we're gonna jump into the recap. Hey, Linda Gamble, come on in. Let me just go on and get the review out of the way. Okay, now Melody told the chat to talk with the kids. Y'all know that. Got that out of the way, and the kids let them understood. You and me and your father don't have nothing going on. You know, I'm just doing this because we're gonna make memories. He is your father, and that's it. So don't read nothing into it. And so Melody got ready, was getting ready, and getting the kids ready. And they had a long trip. They had like a 5-hour road trip going to Destin, Florida. Oh yeah, Van asked Melody, say, "Are you gonna talk to Martell about any of this, like his behavior or anything?" Melody kind of stopped her, and she says, "I'm not going there. You know, I don't want to bring up nothing. I don't want to trigger Martell. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say nothing. Say we're gonna leave it just like this. I got an understanding. he gonna have an understanding because I ain't going there with him. We gonna have a nice time. That's it. So anyway, but Van went down there on this in this scene today. She wasn't there. She hadn't made it there yet. So it must gonna be next week too. So anyway, the next thing Kimmi kind of flashback with Kimmi and Maurice coming from the hospital. She was looking kind of pitiful. He was looking, somber too. And she had her first radiation treatment, and he was asking her, "Babe, how you feel?" and everything. And it was kind of sad. She was looking really slumberish, kind of tired, if you ask me, and kind of sickish. It was more of a nerve thing. I could tell this woman had been through it, and it was a little hard to watch. So then Melody was back with the kids again, and they was asking her a million questions. Um, and what's your favorite thing you remember about your dad? And they were saying, we loved our dad's shorts. So evidently he got this short thing. He wears all kinds of shorts, shorts with clowns, shorts with flags, and they like that. That their dad wears shorts with all types of stuff on them. And so Kimmi did tell Jalen the whole family in this on this episode. I mean, last week about you know how it is. I'm just telling what happened. She did tell the family, and Jalen was in on this. I saw Jalen's face, and they was getting it straight about who gonna do what. Jalen want to know, so they got that straightened out because you know what I'm saying. They were trying to get that a schedule. Jalen say he wanted a schedule because for yourself when you have chemo, them people be sick and they be weak and Kimmi's feeling some kind of way. She don't want to put nothing on nobody, but she has a village now. You better believe that. So anyway, Marlene and Martell, they was in their little scene where they was packing up, and she was saying, son, Marlene a little bit too much sometimes. It's like, son this, son that, son that. She gonna son this man to death. And me and my children, me and my babies, I can't wait to see my babies. It's all about the babies. It's all about the babies. She was just going on and on and on. And Martell, and he was saying, "Yeah, Mama." He said, "But about Melody too. It's about Melody too. Me and Melody, and we all know that ain't gonna happen, Captain. You know what I'm saying?" But he was just saying that it's about him too. Him and Melody. And so that went on, and oh yeah, then they was at the house, when Melody was showing Martell all the rooms and stuff like that. This man, he was being like ungrateful. He asking about, I want to sleep with the children, wait on the floor with the kids. Melody had it all set up, and she say in her confession, the typical Martell, that he was complaining when he didn't spend one dime on this trip, you know. And so anyway, he didn't spend a dime, and then she's spending money on the trip. She did the whole trip. And they talking about, I want to stay with the. She said, Martell, look here. The kids got the room with the bunk beds. That's why they down there, or wherever they was up or down. He said, but you and your mama got the top floor, and it's right, got a bathroom. He said, oh, well, all right then. So, but him and his mom was in the room. They was like going over old times. And Martell was kind of in his feelings. I kind of felt sorry for him. He was in his feelings with his mom. And she said, well, son, and I'm quite sure being a mother, she could see it. You couldn't ignore that. That Martell was in his feelings. Okay, so then Melody, it went on the scene where they was at they were downstairs, and um, he come down looking at it. Oh, you had all this food sent. She said, I had out. See, Melody handled things. She had all the food sent and the way she knew what everybody wanted, and that's how women do. I'm talking about when they got it going on like that. And see, he knew that's the kind of wife that he had. That could take charge and everything. And so Melody was saying, I got your favorite rings, but they didn't have this and they didn't have that. And then see, Martell showed the side of him that I could tell that back in the day, he was that kind that you couldn't satisfy. He had to be the one doing all this here and all this kind of stuff because for all of a sudden he a changed man. He got a new attitude. He didn't care if she didn't have the wing. He didn't care if wasn't no lemon pepper. He didn't care. But before it used to matter because she bought it up. And I could tell that's what it was. And so, oh yeah, he bought Melody supposed to have been her favorite snack, but she say, well, he tried, but that's the wrong snack. And so, but it was the thought that counted. And so anyway, she thanked him very much and all this kind of stuff. Oh yeah, then she had a chef uh come to the house. She had a chef. He made it there that morning. The chef did. And he made it there that morning and he coming there from DC. Melody had him from coming there from DC, honey, to to fix the food and everything. And boy, did he have a good, a good layout. Oh yeah, and Martell and Melody was dressed like and children. That didn't go unnoticed. The kids say, "Oh, mom, you and dad is dressed alike," and she say, "That was totally by accident." He was not in my closet and I was not in his. Let's get that straight. And then Martell said, your mama ain't gonna let nothing go. See, Martell wanted her to shut up. Just let some ease by like they was together. But Melody wasn't letting nothing slip to give nobody not one inkling of a thought that they even coexisted ever. After, beyond this here. Other than this. So that's just the way it was. So anyway, Tank prayed. Tank prayed over the dinner, over the meal, the lunch or whatever they had. The man, I think they had some salmon and all this stuff like that. And Tank prayed over the dinner and stuff. And honey, Tank might have said 10 times, "Come on in, I speak with my girl myself." Um, he must have said 10 times. Um, I love everybody. I love everybody. Lord knows I love the world. I love everybody. I love mama, daddy, sisters, and brothers. I love the world. See what it is in his mama and daddy was okay? I don't care what Martell or Melody told them children. They was rooting for mama. You know what I'm saying? And then I was thinking in this whole thing, have y'all ever saw Melody? Have we ever saw Melody and Martell? I think one time we saw them in the bed together. Yeah, we did. What? And that's when she got pregnant with Sugar Mama. Because I don't remember they being in bed together. I'm just thinking. And so I was just thinking about that because I never saw them in the bed together. That was just a thought I had. So anyway, after they showed where Martell was going back in his daydreaming and going back and saying, they were showing the video of when they would used to go to Destin and they would ride bicycles and also he did his thing in the confession, well, in the dream or going back in time and having fun, making family memories. Because after all, that's what it's all about, making memories with the family. And so they it was kind of sad. Be honest with you, it was kind of sad to see them estranged. Okay, because I'm a stickler for marriages, and you know that. And so anyway, they were making memories. All right, so they after a while they was at the table. They was eating. They was really eating and everything. Next thing you know, the phone rang. There, Martell answered the phone. And this what when it seemed so fake to me. It seemed fake. It was Marceau. Marceau say, "Hey man, oh hey, where you at?" It just so happened he was in St. Petersburg, Florida, and he and Tisha was there. I just happened to be there at the same time. This, well, it could have been a coincidence, you know what I'm saying, but it seemed strange. But the fact was that Melody, it was the family summer home. Sound like she said the family summer home. I'm not for sure, but it's a summer home of some on the beach in Destin, Florida. And he invited them over without talking to the host of the play. Melody paid for everything. Yeah, she sponsored the family memories on this trip, Melody. And Martell didn't say when he just right out invited them to the house. Then he went in the confessional and said that Melody has a problem with it, but this is a vacation. I don't see what. Now, all in all, that would be true. Maybe if you were still married. You know what I'm saying? But they are legally divorced. They are two different families now. They are together under one roof making memories with their children. Martell took upon himself to invite somebody that would take this woman out of her peace because we know how she is about the Scots right about now. She's feeling some kind of way in her feelings. In this video, we don't know how they are today as we speak. I'm talking about then. She was in her feelings and she said that that's how he is. That's how he was as a husband. He felt that he was the husband and he could just pretty well do what he damn well pleased without asking her or getting permission from the wife or just them talking together as husband and wife. He went ahead and um, invited somebody that she having beef with. I ain't never seen, but anyway, he did it. But so they was in they was she did the create memories for her family. She did it. She paid for everything, everything. All right, they in the beach having fun and so she said when they coming, and then 15 minutes from now, she tried to look normal. You know what I'm saying? You could tell it was like a switch. She went from happy to feeling some kind of way. Yeah, she went from that. So anyway, she was laying on the beach. They was having fun. They was really making memories. They was jumping in and out water and taking pictures and really making memories. So Melody was laying on her beach chair with her big old hat on, looking Hollywood fine and Hollywood precious, and trying not to be bothered, I guess. And here they come, walking up, and she was saying to herself, "Oh Lord," but it wound up all right. But they was in the house, and that spirit tried to take her there, but she rebuked it, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen. And but anyway, so Marceau is a real smart man when it come down to knowing how to talk, to kind of iron stuff over. And plus him and Melody, they got some kind of connection, you know. And Marceau say he could feel the energy right off. I don't know if Tisha, she was really trying to, say nice things in the house like friend Melody one had, but Marceau picked up and he could see through it, and he said he could tell that they have trigger words, Martell and Melody, and they were using them back and forth with each other. And he said, "Oh, you know what? I can see you both have trigger words." So he turned it around. He one of them kind of men that can make like who would spit sugar out of your mouth like that. So he was saying nice stuff. Everything he said was nice. Nice stuff. Tisha was on, oh, so nice to see y'all together. But he could notice that was not what she wanted to hear. That's what he wanted to hear. But it wasn't what Melody wanted to hear. And they were the guests in her house. Like that. He recognized it. He switched it and say, "Oh, I can see y'all got like trigger words." He said, "Well, why don't y'all? Who is this?" And he started asking the questions. Raise your hand. He said, "Well, okay, I got an idea. Why don't y'all turn your seats and your backs to one another, and then you're gonna raise your hand when I answer the question." So he started answering questions like, "Who's the best driver? Who the best cook?" Oh yeah, did I leave out the part where Martell say Melody had her hair braided because she know he loved it? Boy, I know when she saw that on that film, she wanted to crack up. But anyway, yeah. So they played Family Fruit or whatever, with back turn newlywed game, and they did their little thing. And then after the hosts, Melody and Martell did theirs. Melody say, "Let's do y'all." So Tisha and Marceau, they did the same thing, and and then Tisha told Martell, she said, "Martell, you know that it take a village to raise a family." That's what Letitia told Martell. And that, so right then, that was kind of like an opening that she did, and it opened up something for Melody to talk about. And um it say what I was saying, Lord I'm looking over here at this thing, Live Out the Dream. It got removed on here. Did you want to get off? Why that thing got removed on your name? But anyway, um teachers say, "Martell, it take a village to raise a child." Oh, I know what they were talking about, fishing. And Melody say, "Martell, they never took take fishing." And then they all looked at Martell. And so she say, "Really?" And she said, "Martell don't like stuff like that where other people have to do shine and help out." Martell said, "Martell, you don't believe in the village?" No, Martell don't like. So she was answering all the questions that Melody was that teacher was asking Martell, but Melody was answering them. Martell wasn't answering not one. He was looking like somebody had got their hand stuck in a door because Melody was hitting it right on head. You know what I'm saying? So she say, "Martell, you mean to tell me you ain't never done?" "No, Martell don't take the children. He don't like that." "Really?" And then she said, "Martell don't believe in villages." So she said, "Look, Martell, this is what Tisha told Martell, say, we need one another. You need to have family. You need to have family to you need family. You need one another." Let me see. What is this? Hold on a minute. Uh what you got on Live Out Your Dream?
Nothing. I'm just listening. I'm just listening.
Okay. Okay, so Tisha say, Tisha was really telling him. And then one while Tisha was like pushing it, and Marceau was saying, don't push it. Don't push it. Don't push, like, kind of hush, you know what I'm saying? And then she went another route, and that kind of worked. and they started talking, and so that's how it is. And then they talked about it, and she explained about Mark. She told Martell's personality. She said that Martell Hope was the type of husband that he had to be right. He had to want to be, to plan everything, and he wanted to be. Oh, she called it something. She say Martell don't believe in village. He is Martellage. He's Martellage. He the village. Because if he have a village, he won't shine in the village. He won't be the king of the village. He got to be the king of, you know what I'm saying? So that's what the way she was looking into his eyes, like, yeah, you did it. You really was something else with your attitude in this marriage. Even on the beach, he was there showing her pictures and stuff. She was saying in her confessional, he need to quit it because that ship done sailed a long time ago. And say he used to do that all the way back. Every time they get in a fight or break up or what, they go showing pictures and showing memories. She say, them times is over. She didn't give Martell 1 inch. Okay, so now check this out. We can tell in this here episode right here that Martell was getting a little bit kind of angry looking. So I can tell how this gonna end, and we gonna see that part where him and Melody was at that truck. I think that's what gonna be the last one, called. That's what this is. They gonna be, it's because she even told him, say he was making little remarks for the camera, and she was straightening them out. All right, hush, Martell, because you were just asking me to remarry her. Hush, Martell, because you was at. She was straight cutting him down every time he tried. And then even when Tisha say, "Oh, y'all was on the cot together last night with the children." Oh, Mel, like, shut up. Do you have to tell them that you weren't with me now? Time back, that's he wanted it to facade, fake. But Melody would tell every time somebody asked a question, she would tell the truth. Nope, it wasn't this. Nope, it wasn't this. By this time, it done wore my tail out. It done wore him out. I mean, it was like ripping him apart. Martell Hope he was getting himself again. He was getting ready to, all that calmness was getting ready to slowly starting to mess. So I guess he gonna do some mess on the next one. Okay, so then it flipped back and flipped back to Kimmi. Boy, was that it was pitiful. Kim and Maurice, they went over there to aunt with what this girl named Kimmy friend that cut her hair, and she bundled it up in bundles. That was Kimmy real hair. That was Kimmy hair. Might have been Kimmy's hair we've been seeing on TV, because it was long. I guess in the confessional where they had before they cut it, she had washed it and everything. It was all long with it, natural. And then when they, I guess, straightened it with the curlers, it was down long, and that was her real hair. The last time before they went to that scene where she had washed it and they cut it, but and she didn't look so well on this last confessional. Mm-mm. And I had never seen Kimmy face that skinny on this one. So I don't know how many rounds of chemo she had done had. But she had mentioned that they had one coming home. That's the only one they talked about. They mentioned that one. And she said it was 10 left. But we don't know if they had more. But all I'm saying is, on this one confessional, it was right before the cutting of the hair. Looked like her face she was just didn't look like the bubbly Kimmy that it was. So it was taking a hold on her. and it was hard to watch. This whole scene was heart wrenching. Kimmy tell, oh boy, Kimmy tells Andrea. She said she called them her dream team, her two girls and Maurice. She said, "Okay, Andrea, you hold my hand," and she told Maurice, "Say, and you hold my other hand." He said, "No, I'm gonna hold you like this." And he grabbed her around the waist, y'all, and grabbed her close to him. And she was saying, "See, Kimmy won't. Come on, Kimmy, break. You know, we know you're strong, but honey, sometimes, let me tell you what, God didn't make tears for nothing. I tell you that. Tears are for a reason. And he didn't give you that husband just for nothing. Or them friends for nothing. Lean on them people, Kimmy. You know, this is let go. I ain't saying fall all down and roll on the floor. But you know, you're a human. That young woman was just, she wouldn't even just say one shedding a tear when we first saw it in the house. Before she even had the stint put in. So Maurice was holding on. And this, what her name was, the one that was doing the cutting, y'all. Jesus. It was killing this woman. Ah, nobody wasn't really paying her much attention. But every time she would cut Kimmy's hair, that woman was about to break. I can only imagine. That was her friend. So she cut it and made bundles, little bundles. And they're gonna make a wig and use her own hair. Ain't this miracles in this world today? So they had like, oh my goodness, 8, more than that, maybe about 8 bundles, I'd say, I know. And they was natural bundles too that could be straightened. And she bundled them up. And so then they had their moments where Kimmy told the story. She told Maurice, she say, "Hey bud," she say, "when she get done, could you edge me up real good and clean me? My kitchen's up." Everybody take your drink. Take a sip of your wine. I gotta get through this one. Take a sip. And Linda, take down that sex man up there on this screen. Take down this sex man, Linda. Block him or whatever. But anyway, then she say, "Maurice, you gonna," she say, he said, "Oh babe, I got you hooked up." It was killing him. Every time that woman go click with them scissors, oh, looked like it would take the breath out of her husband. Whoo, Lord have mercy. Look, this here really. That cameraman was doing his job on this here scene. Here, y'all, I'm telling you. The clip of the song, bam, y'all, show Maurice, he was swallowing and his eyes was what? Kimmy was breathing hard and the girl was holding it. It was a scene. And he was holding his wife, and then it went round to, she started All right, then the girl say, all right, Maurice, I'm turning it over to you. He bought out his tools. Then she told a story. He laid his stuff out. He said, my father was a barber, so I know about all that. My nephew, my son, all of them, they cut hair. So he had his tools out. He started his clippers. He had his tools. He was laying them out. She said, all right, baby. She said, that's why I married my husband. I didn't know this. I didn't know this. And he said, what happened? She said, I was on Facebook and I saw my husband. I saw Maurice was a barber. And I was on Facebook. And I saw Maurice. And I say, ooh, he looked good. She say, and Jayla need a barber. So she said she started, following him a little bit and watching his work. So now that little part there though, I didn't hear was he married or single. But anyway, we'll just go past that right there. She didn't say nothing about, him being single or married. That was like the mystery thing. When, remember when Martell called her side piece? Well, she didn't say, was he married? All I know, she said, that's when I met my husband. I met him on Facebook. He was a barber. He was cutting hair. And she called him and she asked him. And then she said, do you make for house calls? And he said yes. And with Jalen, he went to cut. And then Maurice said, I didn't know I was going for an interview for a husband. So they laughed about it. And ever since then, they was kicking it. Well, they married today. So it's a whole bunch of years went on between then because she waited for a while. Because Jalen graduated from college and everything. And they got married. But anyway, moving along. And when um when he finished cutting her hair, with the doing the kitchen and everything, he had it all nice and bobbed up, sharp and trimmed and everything, real cut, real good. Where he couldn't help but grab her and hug her, and they was hugging. And then that's when that girl broke down, child, behind her back. Whoo, that girlfriend, she just let it go. But she did it in silence. Kimmi didn't know that this girl was over there having a fit. She was she was really into it. She was crying. It was hurting her. But so that was yeah, they did, and then Maurice said how much he loved Kimmi. Oh yeah, they was flashing. They flashed. They showed all the videos. They showed them getting married. They showed them on the yacht. They showed them in playing basketball. They were just showing memories all through this scene, all through this episode. Everybody. It was memories of Melody Martell. It was memories of this and memories of that. Memories of that. We saw memories of everybody except the Scots. And so that maybe they memories will be um, next week because when it ended, when they showed us like what's coming up next, we saw Mel and Tisha look like sitting on the bed somewhere. And they were talking. That's the first time I seen them sit and talk like women in a long time. So her and Mel was like, yeah, girl, yeah, I did. I come. So they gonna be talking, and then she's saying that, that she asked him to come, and all this here. But let me just jump right on this while it's on my mind before I forget it. Y'all, when they showed that part about Destiny when she was with her cousin, Destiny sit there right before and told this blatant lie. Says that Melody showed up at her shoot. And didn't this woman say that Destiny called her and invited her? Well, she said that in front of that her cousin, if that is her cousin, because the woman was talking like she been in hospital, and this woman didn't even. Oh, hospital is real small, so it's something to that. It's something to Destiny being in hospital. It's something about it. Just something ain't clicking with this. Why is everybody acting like that? Where was Destiny? What is this? You know what I'm saying? So, the girl say she was telling that she know Mel, she know Kimmi, all this here. She did this one how and all this here. She wanted to get off the subject, and she say if Mel asks you to be friends with you, would you be friends? She say definitely not. So she's she's sad. She can't make up her mind whether she want to lie, tell the truth, have a storyline or what. And there's nothing. Oh yeah, and then we saw Tiffany. I want to kind of hit on Stormy. Out of all them beautiful, like Letitia Scott and Melody and all these women that this woman can use, well, she can do what she want to do. That's her own business. But why would she pick? I'm gonna go here now. The lightest, whitest woman to be her beauty product woman. And that's how all this colorism stuff started out. That was a change. Well, that was way back for maybe she don't care, but that's what people looking at. You know, get somebody to look like you and show us how it look on somebody to look like you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, but they got all kinds of colors, but you get the lightest one to do this and too. But I just thought I'd just throw a little something out there to y'all. So now, what you got to say about your dream?
Hey, Miss Joanna, what we talking about?
What you got to say about let's go back to this hymn. Let's start with this hymn. What you got to think about? What you got to say about or did you even think about uh Stormy having this commercial thing and all this? Like Letitia is got long pretty hair and she's on Love and Marriage Huntsville, and then yeah.
She was just trying to extend the olive branch to that girl. She know don't nobody really mess with her for real.
So you think that's what it is?
Yeah, that's all I think it is. Because Natalie looks better than she do, and the fish looks better. Especially with natural hair.
Yes.
If that's what we doing.
Yeah, but you know what? All of them got some nice hair.
Mm-hmm.
Stormy got some beautiful hair.
Mm-hmm.
What's in that water in Huntsville? Because the people down there got some pretty hair and pretty skin.
They take care of themselves.
They sure do. Them country women, they sure enough do, honey. They look good down there.
They take care of themselves. That's what they do. You know, they women.
Yeah, them women, they look good, honey.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, all of them skin look pretty.
Yes, man.
Yeah, Tisha got some pretty skin. Melody skin pretty. Even Melody, Mama skin, Wanda skin. Everybody's skin is glowing and pretty.
Yes, man.
And they into hair and beauty down in the South. Look, they making money down there with that.
Especially, yes, they are living. They are living. And they looking good. And Melody got a skin curl line up. I mean, her stuff glowing.
Oh, yes, honey. 7th Avenue.
Mm-hmm. And then Stormy a multi-millionaire.
They got it going on, I'm telling you. They got it going on down there, honey. And so, what you think about? You think this show going?
Oh, this was a tough episode. You know, Kimmi is the heart and soul of the show.
Oh man,
She is everything. And it was hard watching. She a strong woman to put it out there
Yeah.
for the world. And she gonna make it through this. And she looking good with her new haircut. A lot of girls ain't got no hair to do nothing with it anyway. They ain't had nothing to cut.
Didn't
But
that haircut look good?
Kimmy look good, man. She look like she look like a grown mature woman.
That's a nice haircut.
It
And you
with her
see
not with
how
her real hair.
Maurice got it all, and she say that she gonna be all right, and she gonna ring that bell.
Mm-hmm. And we pulling for
So
Kimmy.
me too, and
We
we gonna
pulling
see
hard
her
for
ring
Kimmy.
that bell. They got to show us that part of the show.
We pulling hard for Kimmy. In the and on Martell just trying to live in the past, but he done messed up so much he can't go back. You know what I'm saying? You gotta lay in the bed that you made, or you know what I'm trying to say.
You know what? Martell is he this on this one, he looked like he was he done. He know it.
He just, I know he know it. And you see how beautiful Mel look and what she
Oh
does and who she is as a woman from the inside to the outside. He can't find that.
yes.
He can't find it no more. And then
Uh-uh.
that little girl he was with, eh,
Uh is she around anywhere?
she's still on Instagram making her little reposts and letting me know she still got receipts and all that type of little girl activity.
Little girl stuff.
Little girl activity when Mel is a big boss and yeah, and Martell knows it ain't nothing you can do. Especially and
Mm-mm.
Marceau wrong for bringing up what you gonna do when you see her with another man.
Yes.
Cause he knows. Cause he
Oh
knows.
my goodness. But what I so look like somebody say that she was in Martell car the other night.
That don't mean nothing. Yeah, that don't mean nothing.
That's old stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody don't care about Martell. And then they even said the little baby was at allegedly at Cherie house.
Oh yeah,
And
I
he
forgot he over there with Sheree. I
yes,
forgot.
Sheree. And she said that Sheree got three mamas.
Right.
I mean, that baby got three mamas. Oh my lord.
Yeah, I forgot he over there with Sheree.
Yes, Sheree. You know Martell made a mess of this, didn't he?
Mm-mm-mm. And Sheree about
Mm-hmm.
54 years old to be exact.
Yeah, she is.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. She 54. So I mean me some of these little cheese, them little round cheeses.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Martell done messed it up. The teacher was trying to throw little hints out there, but Mel, Mel so far beyond it.
It was irritating Mel. That's what it
Mm-hmm.
was doing.
Mel so far beyond it, she can't even say something.
Let me tell you, Mel so far beyond that it was irritating. It was eating her up. Like if
Mm-hmm.
you say his name, if you say one more time, Marceau picked up on it.
Mm-hmm.
He know that Mel wasn't going there. Mel couldn't do that no more. Mel ain't there no more. She don't even want to joke like that anymore.
But yeah, this was a tough episode because you know we love Kimmy.
Oh yeah, it was so tough. I tell you, boy, I say, I say, I hope I can get through telling it. I can't. I got through with it, but it was tough.
Yeah, it was a tough episode. I couldn't. It
Yeah,
was hard to
I
watch.
got through with it, but it was tough, honey, cause that, yeah, it was hard. It was hard to watch. Uh, 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 uh.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Yeah, but I I guess we'll see something next week.
Yeah, we'll see something. This show been on all year, ain't it?
Yeah. Love and Marriage DC coming on next in January.
Oh yeah, I don't watch this one.
Okay, let me see if anybody else want to come on. Marcella, how your husband doing? And Johnson, y'all still here? Y'all gone? Linda can't come up. Her phone won't come up on him, but she can't get StreamYard. But let me see what they're saying. Marcella say, let me read some of the comments. Hold on a minute. Um, Good evening. I am the original DJ Scar number one. Who that is? DJ Scar number one. Um, I'm here. Oh yeah. Okay. Marcella said the grass is not green on the other side. It was weeds. Amen to that. And then there go that sexy man. Well, I guess that was yeah, he took care of that echo. So anyway, I put the link up there if anybody else want to get up on there because we've been on here 51 minutes. Well, a little about your dream. You got anything else you want to say, dear?
Nah, we just praying for Kimmy.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
gonna
Kimmy.
pray for Kimmy and we gonna keep her in our prayers and I pray for some good news or some next week. They didn't show anything, but I'm praying for some good.
Yeah, pray for Kimmy.
Pray for Kimmy. All
Her
right
Martell
then.
get it together.
We gonna pray for Martell and you know what? Pray for the cast members because I heard that the Scots are going through
What they got going
something
on
legally, some legal stuff. You
with
know
that
what I'm
liquor,
saying?
with that
Yeah.
wine?
Honey, I have the slightest idea. Some billings department stuff. I don't know nothing. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? They have to say it on the YouTube or Instagram for me to even say it, talk about it. Me
Okay.
anyway. And okay then, you guys. Thank you for watching. And if I'm gonna upload this, and when you hear this video or see it, please press the thumb up button and subscribe to the channel if you have not done it already. Thanks for being here today. Bye
Yep.
bye. Bye, y'all. See y'all next week. Bye bye.